Imagine this. You're standing outside an abandoned mental asylum at midnight. The air is thick with silence, and the only sound is the crunch of broken glass beneath your feet. Suddenly, you hear a scream so raw and full of agony that it sends shivers down your spine. You tell yourself it's just the wind, but deep down, you know better. This is the haunted mental asylum of Agra, and what happened here will haunt you forever. It was a quiet evening in Agra, and the old mental asylum loomed in the distance, its silhouette cutting through the night sky. For years, the locals had warned people to stay away. They spoke of ghostly apparitions, unexplained screams, and a feeling of dread that clung to anyone who ventured too close. But for 28-year-old Arjun, a photographer with a passion for urban exploration, the warnings were just superstitions. Arjun, I've been to dozens of abandoned places. I thought this would be just another shoot. I was wrong. Arjun arrived at the asylum around 10 p.m., armed with his camera, a flashlight, and a sense of curiosity. The moment he stepped through the rusted gates, he felt it. A heavy, oppressive energy that made his skin crawl. The air was unnaturally cold, and the silence was deafening. Arjun, I started taking photos of the exterior, but as I moved closer to the building, I heard something, a faint whisper like someone was calling my name. I told myself it was just my imagination. Ignoring the unease creeping into his mind, Arjun entered the asylum. The interior was a maze of crumbling walls, broken furniture, and eerie graffiti. His flashlight flickered as he moved deeper into the building, casting long shadows that seemed to move on their own. Panicked, Arjun packed up his equipment and headed for the exit. But as he walked down the hallway, he heard footsteps behind him, slow, deliberate footsteps that matched his own. He turned around, but the hallway was empty. Arjun! The whispers started again. This time they were louder, more urgent. I felt like I was being watched, like something was following me. I started running, but the footsteps kept pace with me. And then, I heard the scream. It was a scream unlike anything Arjun had ever heard, a sound of pure terror and agony that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. He sprinted toward the exit, his heart pounding in his chest. As he burst through the doors and into the night, he looked back at the asylum. In one of the upper windows, he saw it, a shadowy figure, its face pressed against the glass, watching him leave. Arjun's story is just one of many. In 2017, a group of paranormal investigators visited the asylum to document its hauntings. They set up cameras and audio recorders, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. What they found was beyond terrifying. Ria, we were in the main hall when we heard it. A child's laughter. It was faint at first, but it grew louder, echoing through the building. Then, the laughter turned into sobbing. We followed the sound, but it led us to a locked room. When we played back the audio later, we heard a voice whispering, "Get out before it's too late." The team also captured footage of shadowy figures moving through the halls and recorded EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, of voices pleading for help. But the most chilling moment came when they reviewed the footage from their thermal camera. In one frame, a humanoid figure with glowing eyes appeared to be standing just inches behind one of the investigators. The haunted mental asylum of Agra is not just a place, it's a living nightmare. The screams, the whispers, the shadowy figures, they're all real, and they serve as a grim reminder of the horrors that took place within those walls. So the next time you hear about the asylum, remember Arjun's story. Remember the investigators who barely made it out alive, and ask yourself, would you dare to step inside? Because once you enter the haunted mental asylum of Agra, there's no guarantee you'll ever leave.